Peace, y'all. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Okay, so I do not know if my volume is going to be good or if the dynamics are going to be really good because I can't even see my Wi-Fi for some reason right now. Hi. Greetings, peace, 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 peace. Hey, you. Miss Yolanda and who else? Leslie and Rich Roots. Hey, Pumpkin. Hey, Mika. Let's see who else I see. The Goddess. Miss Brianna, Renika. Hi. How was y'all full moon? How's your full moon? Peace. Earthing Wear. Mercedes. Hey, boo. How's your full moon? Did anybody do any full moon stuff? Let's talk about it. Did y'all get y'all full moon work in? Hi, Tiffany. Hi. Yes, found some money. That's always good. Abundance. That's always good. Yours was awesome. You released a lot this moon. Yay. Hey, Demi. Okay. So y'all was doing it. Y'all was doing it up. Good, 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 good. Stuff came up that I wasn't aware of that you needed to sit with. Okay. Well, that's what this whole time from. So the end of this year, y'all got to realize that a lot of our planetary shifts, a lot of dynamics is going to make you go inward. A lot of things are going to make you really do the work. What do I need to bring to the surface? What do I need to release? What do I need to, clear up, that clean out, do some detoxing? What do I need to actually structure? What do I need to put in motion? What have I been procrastinating about? This is definitely going to be a time of working, building, putting things in alignment, figuring out where every dynamic is going to go. How is it going to help you? Okay? So you can prepare for next year. How are you putting yourself in a position to prepare for next year? So what you want to pay attention to is, where are these planets that's getting ready to pop off in retrograde? Okay, where are they positioned at in your chart? Where are some of these planets that are coming out of retrograde? Where are they positioned in your chart? What learning lesson, what trauma did you have to resolve? What Chiron are you still focused on? Because Chiron been in retrograde, I swear, a lifetime. I swear it's been a lifetime. Like all year, we've been having to deal with Chiron energy. So really pay attention to where these planets are shifting throughout your chart and how are they affecting your life as of right now. All right. What is it that you need to do? Don't look at it as it's traumatic. Don't look at it as, okay, damn, why is this happening? Look at it as, this is coming up to the surface for a reason. So how do I resolve? What is this opportunity for me to grow at this moment in time? How is this pushing me towards my growth at this moment in time? Not getting stuck, not getting, in that idle motion. All right. Not putting yourself in neutral, because a lot of y'all like to stay in neutral. How do I move forward? How do I execute? How? What do I need to put in place? What plan? Am I using all the information that is at my fingertips to propel myself forward? That is typically 9 times out of 10 your issue. 9 times out of 10, you're not applying the information. A lot of y'all sitting on a whole library of information. Let's be clear. A lot of y'all sitting on so much information that is crazy. And it just takes a situation or a dynamic to pull all of this wisdom, all of this ancient knowledge out of you. Okay? For you to apply for yourself, not for somebody else. Because a lot of times we are the great teacher. We are the great person that can talk and speak life into someone else's life, but we're not applying the information. You'll sit there and counsel your girlfriend, your sister, your friend, your aunties, whoever, your cousins, through whatever, the stranger in the grocery store. Okay. You'll be going through all of that, get them this good old word, and then not applying it in your own life. Okay, so you got to be in a space that you're applying. How are you applying this information? How are you utilizing the information that you just got out of that Queen of Food class? How are you using that information? How are you utilizing all of these dynamics that you just got out of books like From Niggas to Gods? Like, what are you actually doing to apply the knowledge? Are you just being able to be a walking, librarian, where you're holding on to this information, you're holding on to this dynamic, but you're not using it, you're not applying it? You can tell me what page it's on. You can tell me what chapter I can find it in. Some of y'all can't even do that. How are you applying? Exactly, Mercedes. Teach through action. Research and investigate this through my own actualization. There's a difference between, and I love this because one of the teachers has spoke on this week. She said it's a difference between realization and actualization. So the difference is, okay, I can realize that I'm God. Okay, I can realize that I'm a goddess. I can realize that I'm conscious. But it's the actualizing, it's the doing, it's the actually being in the vein of that information. Being a verb, as my great mentor, one of my great mentors like to say. How are you being a verb? How are you taking this little bit of dynamic, this little bit of information, these tools, these techniques, and actually applying it to your life? If I'm telling y'all to pull these natal charts, I ain't telling you this natal chart just to be pulling it so you can be cute and say, "Ooh, I'm a Pisces sun," or "Ooh, I'm a Aries rising." I ain't giving you that information so it can be cute and you can look like you know a little bit about astrology. No, I'm telling you because there's a reason. You need to understand why these placements are in the placement that they are. Why did you choose this particular dynamic to line up in the universe and you to enter through the world at that time? Why did you choose to come in at 6:20 a.m. on a Monday? All of these dynamics play a major, major part in intricate placement of who you are, what lesson you came to learn, what purpose you came to fulfill, who your tribe is that's supposed to help you either elevate, ascend, trigger. All of those dynamics. Pay attention. Yes, change begin with self, but you have to know thyself. Change begin with self, but you have to know thyself. You cannot be walking around talking about, "Oh, I done did this work," but you don't even know who you are. We got so many tools. We got so many dynamics. We got so many things that we have access to. We have an unlimited wealth of knowledge. Y'all don't even understand how deep that shit go. Unlimited. And because it's so unlimited, it just requires for you to have a little bit of effort and interest in wanting to know. Because once you actually want to know, then you can access this information and boom, now you got the keys to life. Now all of a sudden, you have the keys to the gate that normally keep a lot of people out, that normally keep the masses on the other side trying to figure out how to get to the other side of the gate. You got the key already. You just got to believe that you have the key. You just got to read that one dynamic that turns on the light bulb that helps you rediscover, remember, and become aware of, I came here to fulfill this purpose and to do this. All of this bullshit that's happening on over here and over there, and this stuff that had me on this rat race, that was a distraction. It ain't have nothing to do with why I am here, aligned with this person at this time, at this very moment. Staying present. How are you staying present? How are you walking so present and so in alignment with who you are? So you are taking notice of that energy and that frequency change when these dynamics are coming into your auric field. That energy and frequency change when this situation happened. Now I can feel it. I see it. My chakras in the back done opened up. So now I'm more aware. I'm more in tune. I'm touching it and feeling it and smelling it and everything. It's a whole nother experience that happens. Now you're not just walking around through your life in shock, low key having PTSD moments. Now I'm actually walking and experiencing this life that I was meant to have. And it's such a beautiful one. We can choose to make this life complicated, difficult, hard, frustrating, triggering. That's a choice. It's a choice. Or you can choose to make this particular journey amazing, beautiful, okay? A whole nother experience, exciting. You have that choice. You just have to actually wake up and decide. Do I choose to live my life today in discord, chaos, confusion? Or do I choose to wake up today and live my life in alignment with purpose, unconditional, at peace, stillness, fullness, awareness, whatever that looks like for you? That's a choice. What are you choosing? Something that is triggering you, step back. Why is this triggering me? Why is this triggering me? Not, I'm about to chop this person in their throat. I'm about to dot you in your eye. No, why is this triggering me? This is triggering me for a reason. So now I have a moment and an opportunity to learn and to grow. Okay? Sit with it. Be still with it. Stop rushing through life. Stop feeling like you just got to bulldoze through all the dynamics. Actually be still. Okay. This is all right. Now let me get to my journal. Write this shit out so I can come up with my own understanding. Every answer that you need is already there. You ain't got to go to nobody. Y'all ain't got to get in my inbox and be like, can you pull a card for me? You already know the answer. You know the answer. You knew the answer before I knew it. You knew it before me. Okay, let me go back and read some comments. Yes, surrender ego. Learn your emotional trigger to rediscover yourself. Take a leap of faith. And I'm going to speak on, that's a great point, Mercedes. Ego. I really want to do a whole live on ego, so I probably will come back on here another day and build on ego. What I loved as an understanding that I gained about ego was we have to look at ego as the neglected child. Okay? You need to start looking at ego as that child that is not getting any attention. That person that never gets picked to play. Okay? So you know how you have like the teams that you used to have to pick in school? Ego don't never get to play. We always going to make ego sit in time out. We always put ego in the corner. We always are creating these dynamics that ego is feeling very neglected. You have to figure out how to engage ego where it is benefiting and working with who you are from a higher perspective. Make ego feel loved. Bring ego into this so-called love and light that y'all be claiming that you're carrying. Bring it in. Okay? Bring it in. Now ego becomes your ally. Because you understand that ego is your best teacher. Ego has become not your enemy, not your person over here that's trying to sabotage you. Ego is your best teacher. Ego is your trigger pusher. Ego is the one that when that thought comes up, when that energy arrives, when it comes in to try to get you to do some old craziness. All right. Oh, now I'm aware. I see you, ego. I acknowledge you, baby. I see you. Okay, so now we're going to go arm in arm with ego. I'm bringing you in. I'm going to bring you in and engage you in this activity of whatever it is that I'm doing so I can keep your little badass busy. Hold on. Somebody wasn't acting right. Somebody wasn't acting right. So he coming with us. He coming to be on the conversation about ego. All right. So instead of allowing ego to distract you, all right, instead of allowing ego to take you off course, instead of allowing ego, you say you was hoping, yeah, I don't know if y'all can see him. I'm gonna need you not to make that face. Let him make that face. Say hi. Hi. Instead of feeling the need to put ego in the corner, engage ego. Be in a space that you are starting to incorporate ego in what it is that you're doing to show ego that it's love, because now it starts to get on your team. Now ego is actually working with you. Okay. Now ego is doing something different. And because he's doing something different, because he's operating in a different dynamic, he's not doing this thing where it's like sabotaging your life. It's a lesson. He's coming to teach you a lesson. He's coming to show you something very amazing about who you are and what you came to learn if you just paid attention. A lot of times we are taught, and I've been one of those teachers at one point in time, like, nah, kill ego. That mother bad. Put his behind all the way in timeout. But that is creating more dynamics for ego to act a fool. Okay? Ego gonna start acting a fool. Think about the children, them red-headed stepkids that y'all don't like to claim. You see how they acting out. You see how them red-headed stepkids that we don't like to claim, you see how they acting up. You see how they out here tearing up the world. Why? Because we didn't bring them into the light. We didn't bring them into love. We didn't bring them into the fold. We kept casting them out. And the more that you cast something out that is a part of who you are, the more that motherfucker gonna act up. Learn how to realign, stay centered, pay attention. Ego is coming to show you something about yourself. When that negative thought, who is ego, comes up in your mind or your consciousness, or that comes in and say, oh, don't do this. You're not going to be able to do this. When ego comes in its shadow self, because that's what it does, it shows up as our shadow self. When ego comes and somebody triggering you and they tell you to choke the hell out of them, that's a moment for you to learn. This is an opportunity for you to take ego in and say, okay, I love you. We can't be walking around choking people for no reason. We can't do that. All right. So let's find something else to do with this energy. Let's figure out why you was wanting to choke the hell out of them. Why was that your response? Why are you triggered in the first place? Let's find another way to redirect this energy. Use it as a great teaching tool. There's so many things that we use as a great teaching tool, but the one thing that is the most important in this process that we don't use because we're always putting it in the closet and time out, we trying to kill them. I'm just saying, if you really think about how we've been treating ego for all of these years, we done tried to kill him. We put him in time out. We trying to bury him. We dismissing him. We don't acknowledge him. We doing all of this stuff. And not one time did we just do the one thing that they want. What does ego want? It wants your acknowledgement. It wants to be seen, heard, and felt. That's it. So you got to figure out, okay, how can I make you feel validated? That's really what it wants. Like most people, it wants validation. How can I make you feel validated? How can I give you what it is that you need? Exactly. What we dislike about others is what we dislike about ourselves. You trying to get up. Say I be trying to stand up and walk. You trying to see yourself. All right. So be in the space, beloved, that you are paying attention to how ego is showing up. How is it showing up? What did it come to teach you? Quit putting it in timeout. Okay? People who say they don't have ego is a lie. Ego is how we came and manifested in the physical form. So for people to say that we don't have I don't have ego. Yes, you do. It's because of ego that we were able to manifest in this physical form. Ego is the first sense of I. Okay? That's why I said I want to do a whole live on ego. Okay? because we are interpreting and misunderstanding what ego really represents. That doesn't mean that you engage with ego to the point where y'all doing some old destructive self-sabotaging stuff. I didn't tell you to go over here and be smacking people. Ego said, she told me to engage ego. So I get to smack the hell out of you. No, you don't. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Okay. But what I did say is you have to understand, what does it represent for you? How is it teaching you? What is its purpose in your life? It's your greatest teacher. It's your greatest professor. It's your greatest professor. All right. So I would love to stay on here longer, but since little mini me is up and he is over here trying to, let me see what card he pulled for y'all. Matter of fact, he done pulled a card for y'all. He pulled the Hermit card. All right. The Hermit card. And the Hermit card is all about staying focused, being very tunnel vision, getting very tunnel vision to the point where you're blocking out anything that is a distraction. This is a time in your life that you need to clean up, get focused. How are we preparing ourselves for next year? How are we preparing? How are we preparing for what it is that we need to do? Okay? We got to go into hermit mode. We got to get into a space that we are being very clear on what the destination looks like for us and what we need to block out in order for us to get to this destination. Okay? Be still with that. That's from Baby Zay. Look, that's from Baby Zay. I'll actually try to do y'all a full spread for the week tomorrow, when I have a little bit more help with him and he's not being as busy as he's being today. He a busy bee today. He over here right now pulling the bees off my pillow, off my floor cushions. Right now is exactly what he doing. He is crawling like crazy right now. Okay, he crawling and trying to stand and do his own little thing in his life. All right, so I will talk to y'all later. I love you. I love you. I love you. I will that y'all have an amazing week. I will be back on here tomorrow to expand on my thought process, but I do want to pull for what the energy is going to be for the week. All right. I love you guys. Peace.